live, 100%. Not even once walked through part 10. Not sure what happened at the end of the last one. I was in the middle of talking to Pericles, and it caused my game to crash. So we're back, and we'll continue on meeting the remaining citizens of the city, and then we'll go around curing people, finish off the investigation missions that we have available, and then move back on with the main quest. We've had some exciting episodes today, I must say. We've had deaths and crashes and all kinds of issues.
Good evening, Mr. And what do you do, sir? For a living, that is.
I stopped working when I decided to leave. When I realized what I wanted. Wanted something this city can't provide.
Tell me more about why you want to leave London, then.
I just don't belong here anymore. I had to convince my brother to leave London because I know we need to find another life out of the city.
Pericles, tell me why your brother disagrees with your presence here.
Agamemnon is naive sometimes. Although don't consider him a fool, sir. He is often more lucid than me.
At least you both have the same difficulty explaining what you're doing, and for what reason.
But is that not a common problem for all mortals?
What can you tell me about your brother?
If you are searching for a pleasant chat, you should speak with him instead of wasting your time with me. He has always been the more gentle of us.
That's it? That's all you can tell me about him?
For the time being, true kindness is the most valuable quality, my good sir.
These two are an enigma.
Who are you waiting for? I'm sure he has a name.
I really can't answer that question, since I don't know that person.
And why is that?
This person is mostly my brother's acquaintance. I don't even know his real name. Only that this man could help us leave this city once and for all.
But why would you need this person's help to leave London anyway?
Well, I thought we should have left this cursed place already, but my brother convinced me to stay a while longer, and here we are.
Goodbye, Mr. Baker.
Hello again.
Goodbye for now, Mr. Baker.
Shall we wait a moment to see if we can get their extra hint from the observation? I think we shall.
Do you remember if we've seen someone recently? Sometimes it's difficult to remember why we're here in the first place.
We should be far from town already. All right. But where would we go? Anywhere. Anywhere that isn't here. And what is that, by the way? A safer place? A less strange place? And where would that be? Life is strange. And we are alive. For now, yes. But for how long? If we decided to flee, we should be far from town already. All right. But where would we go? Hello again, Dr. Reed.
What are you really afraid of, Agamemnon?
The problem is, it's precisely what I don't know that frightens me. So I suppose I can't really answer your question.
Tell me, how long have you been waiting here?
I can't say for sure, since I have no watch. But the night is still young, and I am not tired.
Is that the most honest answer you can give me?
Yes, I think so. Why does it irritate you, sir? Is comprehension really that important to you?
I'm a scientist. I try my best to understand things. I know the world has to obey unbreakable rules.
You know, or you want the world to obey such rules?
I know one thing. I do not understand who you are.
And it's better that way. What kind of life would we live if we could summarize a person in a few words or a few lines?
If you finally manage to leave London, where do you intend to go?
A happy place, that's for sure. A place where I can smile because I know the next day will be better than the previous one.
Such a place doesn't exist. There are never any guarantees that tomorrow will be a better day.
That would mean I have no hope left. And I just can't accept such a conclusion.
Goodbye for now, Mr. Baker. Good evening, Mr. Baker.
Why do I always have feelings of déjà vu when I talk to you?
Heracles, what are you going to do now?
I don't know. Perhaps it's time to leave. Perhaps we should stay a little longer. How can I tell?
And where exactly are you thinking of going?
In a place where I will finally have that feeling, to be where I belong. The world has to be meaningless chaos to make such a heaven plausible.
How long have you been waiting for this man?
Sometimes I feel as though I've been waiting for him for ages. Perhaps it is my role in life to wait for him. Not a pleasant thought.
It could be dangerous for you, waiting here all night.
That's quite true. But what other choice do we have? We are waiting here until we finally go.
Mr. Baker, I have met many strange people during my life, but you are definitely one of the strangest.
Really? I don't feel particularly odd or weird. All I want to do is leave. What's wrong with that?
Why are you still waiting for this person?
What would be the point of going before meeting the man, as he's going to help us leave?
Tell me more about your strange feelings towards the city.
I would be happy to describe them, but it's too hard to explain with mere words what I'm feeling. It's unclear. Too confused.
Go on, please.
Where should I start? The world is chaos. Men go mad, and nature itself runs roughshod over us all.
This is not the first time mankind has faced a deadly epidemic or a war.
Men kill each other, while nature decides to kill them all. I don't know what scares me the most. Do you?
Both can be disastrous. and a combination of the two merely increases their potency.
And what if they were just a sign of worse disasters to come? Something of biblical proportions, I wonder.
Goodbye, Mr. Baker.
This investigation mission we'll have to do later. This one we can potentially go and see if we can get that one handed in yet. And with Braille, we can go pick up the other Braille tome when we head back to the hospital and then finish off this one too. And in the process, we'll cure these two. I think I still have enough remaining cures for the other ones as well. So let's go cure them, check on that cheat to see if it still works post-patch, and we'll continue on.
Steady, boys! Got one of them here! Watch out! It's fast! Go on back to the...
It's locked, all right. Mr. Bates,
Evening, Doctor.
how are conditions in Whitechapel at present?
The way this sickness is spreading, I don't think there'll be enough new bloods to replace those tenants I'm losing from this bloody thing.
Have you heard anything about Nurse Crane and her dispensary?
Not really.
A man such as yourself, knee-deep in the muck of Whitechapel, must know more. Speak now.
Yeah, thanks to Nurse Crane's dedication, these foreigners keep coming to Whitechapel, and my lodgings welcome all.
So business is booming.
More than ever. Hope Nurse Crane's dispensary does nothing but flourish. More money in my pocket in the end.
Why am I not convinced?
Maybe it's because you lack faith. Being a skeptic must be useful for a man of science.
Goodbye, Mr. Since I...
Well...
In fact...
What?
Good...
Not knock at your door.
You lose faith again. effectiveness has been
The wet boots will be proud of me.
Good evening, Jean.
晚上好。
How do you feel?
I don't.
You should recover.
Thank you.
Goodbye.
Good evening, Doctor. Can I help you?
How are conditions in Whitechapel at the moment?
I always thought it was my role to reveal what really happens in these forgotten parts of London.
And you're not sure anymore?
Emptied coffins, cannibalism, walking dead. I'm trying to report the truth about what's going on, but no one believes it anymore.
Goodbye, Mr. Darby. Farewell. Good evening, Christina.
Change your mind.
Clayton's feelings towards you are romantic and serious. Is this feeling mutual, Christina?
That is the least of my concerns, Dr. Reed. Perhaps Clayton has time to think about these things, but I don't.
If you had time to question your heart, what would it say?
That men are pigs. But it doesn't bother me as long as they pay.
Could this be the scarf you lost, Miss Popper?
It is much more than a scarf to me. It is the only thing that connects me to my family and my country. Thank you so much.
No problem. Happy to be a pig.
How are the conditions in Whitechapel these days?
When I think about all the people who died trying to reach England, it seems we escaped a war just to die on foreign shores, hated by all.
Goodbye, miss. Take care of yourself as best you can.
So even post-fortune teller, we were not able to get the dialogue option to give the scarf to Darby. So it looks like there's some kind of a bug, or there's a dialogue option that we missed somewhere along the line. It's okay though, it's not required for 100% of the achievements, but I would like to see that outcome.
Good evening, Mr. Swanborough.
Is it you, Doctor?
Tell me, how do you see the world these days? What can I do for you, Doctor?
How is the sanitary situation evolving in Whitechapel these days?
I hear them hissing and scratching at my door every night. The sick made mad by the fever. But these walls are thick, and my lock is solid.
Here is another page of the diary we were talking about.
Ah, now we're talking. Ingredients, dosages, dangers, and side effects. This is it.
Is the diary complete now?
No. The author tested his work in a hidden laboratory. We must find out where it was. Please, find me more pages, Doctor.
Goodbye, Mr. Swanborough. I'll leave you now.
Tell me, how do you see the world these days?
You cannot win this! You're bleeding! Christ! He's dead!
Now, the last one is up in this area, so we're going to head over there.
Get them weapons ready! Bad one! One of them
Extermination of the rodents, our next collectible.
It's on to us!
I can't believe I'm doing this.
Just unlocking this gate quickly, and then we'll go back in and get the barrel blade.
Kill you!
More Braille. I should bring this to Mason Swanborough. It's locked.
District. I don't know what. Like a secret.
Good evening, Mr. Swanborough.
Is it you, Dr. Reed? Please come in. Wandering in this part of town at night, you're either brave or a fool. What can I do?
Here is another page of the formula for the cure for blindness.
Give it to me? Yes. Brilliant. I'm going to give you the location and the code you will need to find the cure, but you have to listen to me first.
Why? What is it?
If you find the proof that this treatment for blindness is real, I want to try it. Do you understand? No matter the risks.
Risks? What have you read in these pages that you're not telling me?
You already know what you need to know. I trust you, Dr. Reed. We share the same passion for science. Please bring back the formula.
Goodbye, Mr. Swanborough. I'll leave you now.
What kind of gentleman pays visits to people at this late hour?
that will be our next collectible.
Over there! There's one of them vermin!
Good evening, Mr.
Is it you, Doc? Wandering in this part of town at night, you're either brave or a fool. What can I do?
I have found the secret laboratory, and I have the formula.
And the author of the diary, did you meet him?
Yes. He was badly disfigured. Nothing more than a beast. And I cannot guarantee it wasn't connected to his experiments.
I don't care. Give me the formula, Doctor.
Here it is. But please, be very careful. You're entering uncharted territories here.
This is what science has always been about, Dr. Reed. Thank you so much.
I can't say it's been a pleasure, but we're both scientists, and I am grateful you asked me to undertake this search for you.
I have something for you, then. It is the most precious thing I have to give. Even more important than the Swanborough secret recipe.
There is really no need for payment.
Please have it, Dr. Reed. I insist. I'm sure you'll find it more useful than I would.
Goodbye, Mr. Swanborough. I'll leave you now.
What kind of gentleman pays visits to people at this late hour?
If you come back later, you find out that the cure worked, but he didn't like the way the world looked. So he decided to blind himself again.
Joe, please, I don't have your money.
Southwark. My departure for France as a promising student. My return as a brilliant surgeon. About to be killed. Transformed.
He is so modest.
Hello, Jonathan. How are things on the West End front?
Complicated, my friend. The rich and powerful feel threatened by the disease, and have asked me to put an end to it.
Yes. It is odd how resolving a crisis suddenly increases in urgency when it affects those who matter.
Do you know Aloysius Dawson, the famous tycoon, is well versed in vampire and occult knowledge?
No, I did not. But that is no surprise. For half a century, it has been quite the trend for English nobility to join secret societies and occult circles.
But Aloysius Dawson is only a rich merchant.
Yes, richer than Croesus. Wealth is more respected than title these days, even in England.
Did he contact the Brotherhood of St. Paul? Try to join your group?
It would not surprise me, but I am certain he's never been a member.
It looks like the epidemic is spreading to the western districts of London. I am trying to locate the source of the infection.
It won't be an easy task, my friend. This disease is highly contagious.
Do you not think epidemiology could be helpful in this matter? To retrace the origin of infection through time and topology?
If anyone can perform such a miracle, it will be you, Dr. Reed.
Since this epidemic is evidently linked to the vampire curse, we must find the original carrier to understand where it comes from.
I admire your logic, Jonathan, but be careful. Rationality, when it comes to your kind, is not always a reliable lens.
Does the Brotherhood of St. Paul know anything about the Ascalon Club?
Well, I'm afraid that's unlikely. Ascalon is a sensitive topic, and whatever material the Brotherhood has, I may not have access to.
Who could answer me then?
Usher Talltree, our current primate, may be the only one able to answer you. He's a discreet man who lives in the West End.
Thank you for your time, Edgar.
Go down to Southwark and get our fathers safe after we heal the people in the docks.
project.
Welcome back.
He didn't deserve this.
Do you need any help? Indeed. Goodbye.
You still...
Perhaps I should shut the two.
Do you require...
Don't...
Take them. Goodbye. Good evening. Good. Do you need... No, but... Goodbye. Good evening.
Doctor...
Are you what?
It seems the guard of Priwen...
Really?
The guard can be reckless.
Goodbye.
Please, sir. Come and have
Good
a
evening,
look.
Mr. Grader.
Are you sure nobody followed you here, Dr. Reed?
Do you need help?
Death by...
Well,
You ever...
goodbye.
Ah, Booth.
Pleasure, sir. Been a while since we've seen any new faces around here.
You...
Alright, Booth. You know how sometimes you're trying to accomplish something and there's just one person who inevitably gets in the way of that? I just sanitized the entire district except you had to get sick. Knock it off.
Do you need medical help, sir?
Yeah, I do.
So you can... Fair... Goodbye.
Without the wet boots keeping things straight, these parts would be running completely amok.
There we go, it's sanitized. So let's see if the money glitch works or not.
Lost Boys will be more fitting now.
Good evening, young man.
There's no need to call me that, Dr. Reed.
Show me what you have to offer then, Mr. Nightingale.
So the other person must be doing it incorrectly because he is still not charging me for any parts. So I'll make a note on that video to check out this video so that he can see for himself. And I'll just stop the episode here so he can just run right to the end and verify. But yep, on my game it is still working. Or I wonder if he's talking about perhaps the XP glitch, because I didn't actually check what he meant by this. So let me check the XP glitch at the same time. So for the XP glitch to work, you can't do it from this screen. Right, I just hit O and P, but let's say this one is 2000. So I'm going to hold down O and P, watch the numbers up in the upper right for the XP numbers right next to my level. And I'm not going to go any further than that because I'm trying to keep somewhat in line with the game. So, yeah, the XP glitch also still works. I guess I need to raise this one. 2,700. Alright, so I need 700 more XP. But you can see the XP added just as expected. So I'm going to end this video here and go into my other video and make a comment to check out this video to confirm that the cheats still do work, both of them, the unlimited money glitch and the unlimited XP glitch. And I'll be back in a little bit after that to continue on with the next episode. What we'll do in that one first, we'll go cure everybody who's sick at the hospital. Then in Whitechapel, should only take a couple of minutes. Then we will continue on with family portraits. So stay tuned for that in the next episode. Thank you for watching, and I'll see you back for the next one.